Hello and welcome to another episode of the CUFI Weekly, and this week I want to talk about anti-Semitism. I know not a unique topic or something that we've never covered here, but I want to talk about this resurgence we've seen with a number of conservative podcasters and the like adopting old anti-Semitic ideas and recycling them, and in some cases making absolutely baseless accusations and simply blaming them on the Jews or Israel. Just a few days ago, a fairly prominent conservative podcaster talked about how RFK Jr. was being controlled by Israel. The evidence they gave for this? Absolutely nothing. Why? Because there is no evidence. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's another way to blame the Jews. And there are many of these ideas we've seen floating about, especially in the post-10/7 world, where people have seen the opportunity to make money and weaponize anti-Semitism for their own popularity. We've heard things such as, remember the USS Liberty. The USS Liberty was an American naval vessel which was sunk during the Six-Day War by Israel. Now, this was a horrible case of mistaken identity. The Israelis did not know the ship was there. They assumed in a time of war that it was an Egyptian ship. Yet, these so-called journalists are pretending it's some sort of hidden secret that nobody talks about. It's documented. It's historical fact. It was a horrible, horrible accident. And these sadly happened in war. Remember, this is 1967. We didn't have the advanced technology that we have now. And even with the advanced technology we have, there have been a number of these incidents with Allied forces fighting in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and in Iraq during the first Gulf War. And while these podcasters and analysts and whatever they want to call themselves, commentators, obsess about the USS Liberty, they're completely silent about the bombing of the Beirut barracks in 1983, which killed the largest number of Marines since the Second World War, since the Battle of Iwo Jima. They're completely silent while Hezbollah and the regime in Iran have openly stated their involvement in it. But that doesn't matter. They don't want to talk about that because no Jews, no news. And then we have those accusing the Jews of 9/11. Why? They will say, well, Google the video of dancing Israelis. It's absolutely ridiculous. And let's unpack that. There was some reports that there were some Israelis on a different rooftop in New York dancing and celebrating when the 9/11 attacks happened. We have no idea if they were just on a rooftop and celebrating something completely separate. We have no idea. This story has never gone any deeper, but that has been taken as, okay, Israel must be responsible, even when bin Laden confirmed that Al-Qaeda was behind it. Even when we have evidence and security footage of the hijackers. We have the paper trail of Muhammad Atta going to flight school to learn how to fly a plane. But no. Let's blame the Jews because it's just easier. And then we had the release of the JFK documents, and Israel and the Jews are mentioned a handful of times. The CIA, for example, is mentioned multiple times. But what did these commentators come to the conclusion? Well, it must have been Israel. They're mentioned a few times, so they must be responsible. It's absolute absurdity, and it shows how much of a disease anti-Semitism is, that it continues to evolve, and for historical instances which have happened decades ago, somehow we can go, well, the Jews were involved, without any real evidence. And this comes down to a number of things. We see in society that people are struggling for relevance. They want to be part of something. And because they're not rooted in who they are or their faith, it's easy to give yourself this false sense that I'm important because I have this hidden knowledge about what the Jews are really doing. And because a Jewish person or an Israeli was involved, then every Jewish person must be involved. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't say this about any other group on planet Earth. And sadly, what is even more distressing is that so many of these anti-Semites cloak their anti-Semitism in the veil of Christianity. Just because you utter Christ is King after a sentence, it doesn't somehow make you holy or in the right. when you forget that Christ himself was Jewish. Yet these are the people that you attack. These are the people you smear. These are the people you peddle these insane conspiracy theories about. And that is why I refuse to give these people attention, because that's what they want. They want to go, oh no, look, the Zionists are attacking us. You're lying. That's why you're not being attacked. You're being called out on your lies. You're being called out on your hypocrisy. When you align with Nazis and Holocaust deniers, be it on the right or left. And yes, I'm talking about conservatives because that is the topic at hand, but this exists, of course, on the other side of the aisle. And we must continue to call it out. We must continue to reject it, and we must continue to fight against this cancer, because it is a barometer of a society that when it allows anti-Semitism to thrive, when it allows the Jewish people to be persecuted, we see a steep decline in that civilization. And history is a testament to that. This is Kasim Hafiz for the CUFI Weekly. For Zion's sake, do not remain silent. Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to CUFI.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.